Hello there, YouTube. Welcome back to Sketchbook Habit Day 9, and today I'm doing something for you. In yesterday's video, I asked what kind of paper should I use with the Paul Rubens student grade version, and many of you requested the Canson XL watercolor paper, and I actually decluttered this from my collection, so I pulled this out of the discard pile just for you. So, um, uh, uh, this was such a day. Okay, I'm just gonna try to be as honest and upfront and concise as possible today. I thought the paint swatched phenomenal on the Canson XL watercolor paper. I think this paper is great for swatching. I had a horrific time painting with this paper today, and it was kind of a haha, Tori, this is what you get for pulling this paper out of the discard pile. Like, you said goodbye to it for a reason. So I don't actually think I verbalized this here on YouTube. I said it to my patrons, but I wanted to remove this particular paper out of my collection so I wouldn't be tempted to use it again, and this is going to be a weird video. Please bear with me. All right, so my reasoning of why I don't want to use this paper anymore is that I find myself using it over my other nicer papers that I should be using instead. And I have nothing against inexpensive art supplies. I think there is a time and a place for them. In my point in my art career journey, I find that it is counterproductive for me to use this, and man, okay, so it was a day today, so I got really hyper today, and I was so excited to do this for you guys. I was like, yeah, we're gonna find some great paint paper combo on a budget, and I totally fell down that rabbit hole of just wanting to experiment and find the best art supplies for you. And I found myself focusing on art supplies and trying to make them work instead of focusing on my artwork instead, and pouring my efforts into leveling up my skill set. So it's kind of funny saying that, you know, someone that has been doing painting for so long, I still get caught up in that trap of, you know, just noodling around on my art supplies instead of doing the real work. So the reason why I am sharing my thoughts with you today is that I wish to be transparent with you in my videos and declare my intentions with artwork. And hopefully by sharing this, I would avoid falling into this whole rabbit hole again, because this was a problem that I did personally have with like my previous channel, was that I would get caught up in just reviewing art supplies that were kind of like subpar, that I was sacrificing the quality of my artwork and pouring way too much time into trying to make something look good, and that feeling really does suck. I don't want to be frustrated. I want to work with art supplies that enable my inner art voice to shine, and I hope you guys are offended by that. If you use any of these art supplies that are student grade, and if they make you happy, please use them. Use them, go as far as you can, like get your money's worth and get your leveling up experience with it. And by the time you use up that student grade set, you'll be ready to level up to a higher end, watercolor, and you will feel like a sense of ownership of like what you buy next. You'll be like, yes, this is what I want. I've been preparing for this moment, and you will truly like cherish it. So I really do hope that me saying I no longer want to use the Canson XL Media paper is not like a shame to you. Like, use that paper, run wild with it, have fun. But I do want to say that if you're able to afford it, try to use art supplies that are a little bit higher quality. Like, the common advice that we normally hear is to purchase the best that you can afford, and I really do stand by that. For example, I wouldn't recommend buying the 35 set of the Paul Rubens student grade. I believe it's like 36 tubes for $35. If you're in the United States, please pass that up. Go for the Daniel Smith Essentials 6-pack instead. That is about $21 in the US on Amazon. If you're out of the States, I believe I heard in the comments that Daniel Smith is very expensive. Seek other alternatives instead that are, a little bit more affordable in your country but still high end, which possibly I believe in the UK, that's Snellier and Schmincke. is better, like price-wise. On that note, buy fewer high-quality paints and pass up on the large sets that are filled with hard fillers because honestly that's just gonna be frustrating, and they're pretty much like the same price. Like I get it, it's so tempting to buy something that's like more colors because you get more opportunities to create everything you can imagine, but honestly with few colors that are phenomenal, that are, semi-transparent, transparent, single pigment, like the Daniel Smith Essential set, you will get wider range of mixes, especially because like those giant sets, for example, the Arteza monstrous 60 tube set, half of that set is essentially just added white pigment, and you're not going to get clean mixes. They're not going to be luminous. The more you layer up with those like watercolors with fillers, the murkier and muddier and darker your artwork will get. So the only way to achieve luminosity in your artwork is to opt for, transparent, high quality paints that just allow the colors to shine through. Oh yeah, so that's pretty much how like watercolor works, is that light is bouncing off, like it goes through the pigment, bounces off the white of the paper, and it gives it a brilliance, a luminosity. So things to look out for. Alrighty, that is my declaration. No more cheapo paints. Granted, I did have a lot of fun with the Paul Rubens. I do think it's significantly better than the Grumbacher Academy. What else did I try? The Arteza, the pan version of the Cotman. If you have like the chance and can purchase individual tubes for 89 cents, yeah, go for it. I think they'll be great. But if you can get something a little bit better, that's not too much more, please do that instead. Pinky promise. I do want to say that if I ever find an art supply that is, rather inexpensive and the quality is awesome, yeah, I'm totally gonna share that with you. I'm gonna let you know what's good. There's just so many art supplies in my collection that are not professional grade that I still adore. Like for example, the Prima watercolors, that isn't necessarily how would you say, professional watercolors. I think they're more for crafters, but I derive so much joy from using them. So like it's just being mindful of what I use and no longer pushing myself to use something that I really don't like. Plus, I really want to focus on featuring art supplies that I really do enjoy using here on this channel, or using art supplies that I am, intrigued and inspired to use. Like I want to direct my energy and attention elsewhere instead of just fussing over something that's like, doesn't really float my boat. Alrighty, thank you so much for like listening to me rant about that today, and just sticking with me to the very end. I know this was unexpected. So yes, I did have a frustrating day. I did step away for a bit just to collect myself because I really wanted to make the most out of my day. I wanted to end this day on a phenomenal note. I wanted to give it a second chance. I wanted to steer myself back into the direction that I mentioned in this video, and that was leveling up my skill sets. So I sat down, I made myself be like, all right, Tori, let's focus on the task at hand, and that is doing this portrait study and learning how to paint this light situation, which, she was all in darkness. Did I mention this yet? I am doing a patron portrait. Oh, maybe I didn't. Oops. Oh yeah, okay, so I'm doing a patron portrait of V. Thank you so much for submitting your photos. And even though I had a frustrating day, I also wanted to be like, I wanted to redeem myself on the first portrait and really give my patron love. Please submit more photos for me to draw on again in the future. I want another chance, please. So the frustration that I had on the Canson XL watercolor paper today was that I couldn't layer up enough without having to be like, all right, I can't push us any further. I have to be extra smart and creative in doing this instead of just allowing my art supplies to enable me to go further in my process. So I am opting for the Paul Rubens 100% cotton paper today. And by the way, dear folks, this sketchbook is $15. I know, It's a pretty great deal for 100% cotton. I believe it's like 44 pages and it's super cute and a pink little cover. It's pretty great. I'm kind of tempted to buy a larger size. So that is an option to try out cotton paper that isn't like over $20. I did a poll on my Instagram today about, hey, what are you guys willing or wanting or ideal price for a watercolor sketchbook? And the range was from $0 to $30, and we got smack down the middle, 15. So I thought this was perfect. So yes, more about the artwork. So my second time around, I think I did a much better job at, just really pushing and exploring and seeing how much I could layer up. Like that's something important to do as a painter, is just see how far you can go with multiple layers. At what point do they start reactivating? What kind of colors can you get? Just manipulating, and I'm happy. I'm happy that I didn't give up. So, alrighty, I'm gonna peel on out. It is quite late. Dear friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me here today. I had fun with you. May we have a great day tomorrow. It is Friday, day 10. It will be officially, oh, bananas, 1/3 of the way in this challenge. Let's make tomorrow great. All right, see you later, okay? Keep on trying. Bye.